Good morning, guys. As you can tell by the title, today is a mess with the Subaru day. So I've been wanting to get this car back running on the road, driving in some way for a while now. It's kind of just sat, been a burden in the yard, but I hope to change that. So got my black coffee out here. It's time to do some diagnosing. But first, let's talk about this car a little bit. So this is a 1998 Subaru Outback. It's honestly a super clean car. The only real imperfections on the outside are like this dent, which was actually put on during the $1,500 car challenge where I got this car. It is a slick top car, hard top, which is nice. It's pretty clean, couple little cracks there. It has this Subaru Performance tuning sticker on it, which I don't really know. It's got some wheels on it. I have the stock wheels back there, but this one tire is flat, so I gotta put some air in that. I don't know if it's unlocked. It's been sitting for a while. There's a beer can somebody had put there on me. But it is also pretty high mileage, 283,000, but the interior is super nice and clean. Like, look at how nice these seats are. So that was kind of part of the reason why I got this, why I picked this car, because I was like, oh, well, it's a pretty nice nice driver once this is all over. So it's been sitting for the better part of maybe a year now. Gotta love it. So as you guys saw in the $1,500 car challenge, I destroyed the clutch. I tried to slip the clutch leaving the starting line, and it just got smoked. But I did pull that clutch out, put a new one in, and the old one it was on its last life. It was probably original. It was so bad. Like, no shot that thing would have made it through the challenges anyways, so you know, it was really bad. It felt fine when I test drove the car, but that clutch was shot. I'll show you guys. Okay, so here's the carnage from my clutch incident with the Subaru. You can see there's actually no friction material left. It's all just metal. I put a new clutch in. I pulled this motor out in the shop and just popped a new clutch on it, lowered it into place, and it was fine. I drove it, was driving it on the highway, cruising, whatever. I was in the top of first gear, and I went first to fourth, not like misshift or anything, just did it on purpose, trying to just, you know, skip shift, I guess you'd call it. That's what I used to always do in the CTSV. My V1, I was so used to skip shifting that I just did that, and the motor bogged down so quickly that it just locked up. I don't know if I broke the timing belt or what, but it locked up. Really, pretty much instantly. Now, the fun part. Get it into the garage, back into the garage, maybe, by myself. It's gonna be exciting. So, start moving. So I'm gonna use the Tahoe to try to kind of drag it, maybe kind of get it into place. I don't even really know. This is gonna be quite an adventure. Oh my gosh. How did that, where did it even go? Oh, here it is. Oh my goodness. These dashboards are just incredibly, made in Mexico. The only part that broke off was where it says it's made. Yeah, these are just incredibly unreliable. I put this there because it was rattling so bad, but it's so cracked at this point. And I really am dreading ever replacing this, because basically the whole interior has to come out. Yeah, pretty brutal. Check engine lights on, as always. What fun would it be if they weren't? like to back it in, like I said, but I don't know if that's gonna happen. Whew. Getting places. Now for the terrible part. Push this heavy contraption through the yard and into the shop. There's a lot of dog poop. It's one of them big jobs you hear about. I have an idea. You know, I've always lived by the mindset that if you want something bad enough, you can do it. And here I am wanting to get this Subaru into the garage right now while I'm by myself very badly. So I'm actually making it happen. Really thought for a minute there while I was sitting up there trying to push it, it was not going to happen. But I figured out that the Tahoe has this really strong support back here. There's a frog. Oh, he looks hurt. Oh, poor guy, his arm got crushed. I wonder how that happened. But RIP guy, most likely. The Tahoe has this really strong support right there that I can wedge a 2x4 in, and I can just push that. I have to kind of get in and out of the car like 100 times to line it up, but it works. So I'm just gonna try to push it in as far as I can. Probably go up with this door a little bit. Don't want to hit the door with the Tahoe. Letting all the AC out. Okay, let's see if I can manage this. There we go. Into the shop you go. Don't poke a hole in my radiator 2x4. Oh no, it's on the move. I thought I was gonna roll back into my truck, but thankfully that stayed. So now I just gotta turn the wheel, and I could probably push it the rest of the way now. Or maybe push it with the Tahoe. I don't know. Had to run there for a second. Adapt and overcome. We overcame. The Subaru is where it's supposed to be. This is pretty much where it would be on the lift. All right, well, they're both in the garage now. That's a really good mock-up of how it's gonna be once I have a lift. I am sweating, so I'm gonna go change my shirt and take a little lunch break / break from sweating and working on this car. And then come back, clean up all these leaves out, and start diagnosing. Probably put this thing on a trickle charger too, because the battery is completely just cooked. All right, well, I'm back into the shop, same day, different shirt. I sweat through that one. So I'm now going to try to diagnose this thing. I vacuumed all the leaves off so that they don't just fall into the throttle body or just kind of be gross in general. So I'm gonna pull the intake here off, move some of these guys. This thing was added by previous owners. Yeah, I don't know, it's weird, I don't know. Doesn't really do anything. There was definitely an amp in the back and a sub, but that doesn't really do anything anymore. But I'm gonna pull all this apart, get to the starter, pull the starter out, see if it'll turn over without being up against the flywheel, and kind of go from there. Well, I just had a ratchet on there trying to turn the motor, and it is super locked up. I haven't pulled any of the spark plugs out. I don't even know if that's worth doing, because if it is that hydro locked, then the motor's cooked anyways and needs to come out. checked the timing belt, and the timing belt looks good. It's all kind of intact there. I mean, it would definitely be thrown off if it was broken somehow. It would probably not just be sitting on there nicely like that. So I think it just comes down to gonna pull the motor out. Well, there it is. Motor's out. A couple hours into it, motor's already out. If any of you guys have a Subaru, do not be afraid to work on these things. They're so simple, especially an NA one. It just comes right apart. And as you can see here, pouring rain. Hello, Florida. I need to get up there, figure out that gutter situation. Not great. But motor's out. Gonna maybe hop on Facebook Marketplace and just get a new one, because I saw a couple people selling these motors for like $400 to $600 for like a 50,000 mile motor. Put that in and we'd be on our way probably in another, few hours from where it's at. The exhaust super shot. It's like got exhaust leaks all over, but whatever. These fuel lines probably need to be replaced. They are not ideal. But yeah, everything came apart pretty nicely. This shelf is really nice to have. I just put everything as I take it apart. And if I had a lift, I could go up and slide the motor right out like that, but I'm gonna have to try to tweak it around this way. Back the car up a little bit more, but really not too bad. Super easy to pull these motors out. I literally just did it in like maybe 2 or 3 hours, and it could have definitely been done faster. Oh, that sucks. I broke the throttle position sensor. Well, hopefully if we get a new motor, it'll have that on there. Not too bad. I don't know what caused the failure. It's hard to say. This seems okay. Seems all right. Trans is spinning. It's definitely the motor's locked up. So, yep, my doing. I broke the motor, but now here we are fixing it. So I'm gonna clean up these tools, get this motor out of here onto the ground over there or something, out of the way, and then maybe open it up, maybe pull one of these cylinder heads off. I've never done that on a Subaru, so kind of curious what it all looks like, and maybe figure out what broke. I have never taken apart a Subaru motor like this, so I'm kind of interested to kind of just tear into it a little bit. Could be fun. So I'm gonna get to that, and I'll update you guys in a few seconds. Well, that's gonna do it for today. I need to go edit this video because I am behind on getting content out for you guys. I like to do 3 videos a week, Monday, Wednesday, Friday, and I missed yesterday. So I'm going to leave this to tear apart tomorrow or in some other video, and then start hunting for a new motor for this guy. So definitely want something like simple that I can just draw back in and go, because I don't want this to be a extended long project just yet. Maybe down the line, but for now I want to just kind of put it back together and go. This motor, she's cooked. I can almost guarantee that something inside of it is severely locked up enough to where it's not worth putting back together. Like I said, 290,000-ish miles or something like that. So if any of you guys in the local South Florida area have a direct replacement motor for this thing, or are a more Subaru expert than me, which is not very difficult at all. I don't know anything about Subarus really. But if any of you guys have a motor or some information on something that could pop right in here and get me down the road, let me know in the comments, or DM me on Instagram, email me, something like that. If you guys have something for sale or some knowledge that I don't have, please fire it off. I would love to hear and talk to somebody that knows a little more than me. DMs on Instagram are a good one. But that's going to do it for this video, guys. Thanks for watching. I'm glad we got this out, and hopefully can get this thing on the road soon enough, because it could be fun for rainy season. So I'm gonna try to get a snorkel figured out and maybe some off-road tires, so we can make this thing kind of a little more ignorant than it is. That's kind of the goal. So let me know if you guys have any info. But that'll do it, guys. Thanks for watching. Keep it saucy. We'll see you next time. It is wild out here right now. We'll hear a good one, I'm sure.